So here you go. My desk is clear. Look at that shiny, shiny white. I am so not going to tell you how much work I had to go through to get this clear, but it is impressive. What I can say is, long ago it did have my, and I got to plug the mats. Did have my trusty calculator, my Casio FX calculator. Ooh, how am I doing this thing right? Yeah, but that what does that have to do with what we're doing? Nothing. But it does make it a bit interesting. Right. RoboMaker. Let us get serious now. We got the RoboMaker Pro box. I am going to open this bad boy and this lovely, lovely piece of I'm going to open this lovely, lovely, lovely piece of kit. And we'll start exploring exactly what is in there. So I'm getting where is this knife? Just to get the plastic off. The sound, the feeling of moving plastic. When you get your shiny new toy, you get the plastic off, and ooh la 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 la. We're taking all the plastic. You can see some of that plastic coming off there. Ooh la 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 la. Right. So I have gotten the plastic off. And I have the box there, and we are now going to look at, well, I got to take the box, open the box. Let's get this thing open. And let's see what's in there. Okay, right, so box is open. Box is open. I repeat, I have the box open, and we will begin the process of looking what's in there. So you have your pieces there. We got that. This is one of the interesting bits that comes with a Clementoni. The pieces are in a plastic mold, and you need to take out the pieces from the plastic mold. So we have some gears here, and we would just be detaching them, taking them out like that, like that. So that's the idea. So a bit different to what happens with your Lego kit. I'm not going to focus too much on these gears because that's not what we need right now. I need to just make sure I'm getting the camera in the right position. Angles. It's all about angles, isn't it? But yeah, so those are a set of pieces there, and I'll stop that. Just show you a handful of the pieces. So that's some of the gears that you will have to be working with there. Okay, so we have that there. But now let's get to the bits that we're predominantly interested in. And that will be, don't need those. It's actually the bit on this side here. So I'll turn the box, and in the corner of the box, and look at what we have here. Now that is the beginning of it all there, folks. Yeah, it is a printed circuit board. So an electronic circuit board. Let me make sure I get that out there safely, not touching any of the components. Yeah, so you can see it there. Yeah, you can see it there really, really good. I think we got a good view there. A bit of reflection, but you got it there. And this flat board, it has all the electronic components, and it's all connected through printed electrical circuits. You could see a bit if I go in a bit closer. Will it? No, you see like that line there? That's some of the. I'm doing it. Yeah, you can see some lines there. Those are the electrical circuits. Okay, so that's your printed circuit board. And I mean, I'll give you some notes in class so you can get a better sense of how this whole thing is built together, because that's critical, key to understanding how the whole thing works. The key thing really is that what we want to do is basically process signals coming from the outside, in which it's going to perform different actions. So you're gonna have your sensors and or your computer program, and that will determine what this board decides to do. So it has its inputs and its outputs. Now, in addition to the circuit board, and I will put that to one side, we're going to come back to that in a moment because that has to go into the box. What else do you have? You have the, well, what does the whole thing need? It needs power, so you're going to have, let's open that up there. And don't worry, all these pieces, all these things will be there ready for you to go. You don't need to worry about these things. But you have your battery component, battery pack, yeah, where we'll be putting in the 4 batteries. I need to hold things a bit further for the camera to focus. Yeah, so you got your battery pack there, which you would use. You put in your batteries to power up the whole thing. So it's going to run on 4 AA batteries, so 6 volts of power in total. What else? The really important bits, not to shaky the camera too much. Getting the stuff from in the back there. Ooh la 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 la. The electric motors. And remember, I was talking about the Lego, the WeDo. Let me just get some of these things out of the way so I have more space here. They could come out this bag. I need this. We're gonna need that in a moment. The box. Did I show it to you? Yeah, you can see that. That's the box we're gonna put in. All the components are gonna go in the box there. That will be all ready for you when you join up when you come into the club. But I will have one out. We'll have one out for you to see. So, what the Lego WeDo had 1 electric motor. This has 3 motors for you to play with. One is I'm not going to tell you which one, but they do call them, it is labeled S1 and S2, and one of the motors is a fast and low powered motor. And then you have motors and the other type of motor is the powerful slow motor. So one is fast, it moves, gives you speed, and that you know what it has to do. Can you see it in here? Can you see the white bits in there? Yeah, gears. Has to do with how the gears are set up in the motor. Okay, maybe you'll see it better in the black one. Can you see it there? You can see the gears. Yeah, you can see the gears in there. Yeah, you can see. Got it. You can see the gears there. Obviously, when you're in the class, you'll see this a lot closer. But the gear configurations allow you to have, if you want power, you can go for a slow motor. So it's not about speed; it's about power. So if you know, for lifting, etc. Or if you want speed, you could use the S1 motor. Everything's gonna go fast. But you're not going to have a lot of power. Okay, so it's a balancing act you have in your designs between power and speed. That's something very, very fundamental to your to the work that you will be doing. And your robotics design. Do you want power? Do you want speed? That will determine which motor you have to use. And I just want to see the Molex connector. We call these a call it a Molex connector. Yeah, you can see a bit of it. And well, you can see how things start working together. If I have my PCB, my printed circuit board, Molex connector can start going in there. So you can see how everything connects up. And it's all labeled up on the printed circuit board. So that's some of the work you're going to be doing. So you have the three motors to play with. Slow and powerful, fast and actually I can leave them there for a picture. Fast and low power for speed. The other bit, and you do have a touch sensor. So that comes in. Where's my touch sensor? Oh, can I find it? Yeah, it has a touch sensor to detect changes in pressure. And do I have that in here? Yeah, just give me one moment. I'll find the touch sensor. Got it. This is the touch sensor. So you have a touch sensor to play with. That responds to, as an input, that responds to, because remember, your motors are going to be your output, yeah? So I'm just giving you an idea of how the whole thing works. You have your printed circuit board, your electronic board, the brain of the robot. You can connect motors to it for movement and for power, for lifting, etc. So for actions, but what are your inputs? Well, you can actually just program the robot to do something using your code, but also you have this bit here, the touch sensor. So respond to pressure, yeah. That's one of the inputs that you have with the with our robotics kit, the Clementoni Robotics Pro, and we also have two infrared sensors. So your infrared sensors, they're made up of light emitting diodes, and they're used to, you can use the infrared to identify objects. And it can easily, you can also use it because it's about it can get a sense of light. It can determine if something is light or dark. So it might be that you want, if the object is dark, you're not going to pick it up. If it's a light object, you are going to pick it up black or white. And you can do some really interesting programming with these sensors. So you got your IR sensors as well. You got two of them, infrared sensors, plus you got a pressure sensor. So way more kit to play with than the we do. And that's what excites us about working with the Clementoni. Now, what do I need to do? What we're going to do now is put together the box. We're going to put together the box. When you're in class, I'll give you some notes so you can actually see how these boards are constructed. And that's just to be thinking about the future, because in the future what's going to happen is we're going to be actually looking at building some components ourselves. That is way down the line, but that's something we can look at doing. Okay. 3D printers and some fun stuff, you know, and it's good. I mean, one day you might be the person doing the design for these boards. It's good to have a sense of that process. Okay, right. Okay, what I'm not, I will go through the board a little bit just to give you a sense of it, what the different components on it are, and then we will look at boxing it up, and you'll see how that works. What you can get the hesitation in my voice. I'm looking for a nice little pointing tool. That's what I'm looking for here. I'm trying to get a pointing tool that would get us through here. And this is part of doing these videos live. You know, you don't always have everything you can do, but I can use this green bit there. That should, green pen should do. Green on green. Was that a good idea? We'll do it. Right. Well, right. So what do you have? And I mean, it comes together. The box explains it with some stickers. There's some stickers and labels, but the big ones here, these are the IR sensors, and this is for the touch sensor. So you have on the bigger, you have one side of the board for your connections, for your inputs. So your sensors, the two IR sensors, infrared sensors, and one for the touch sensor. And then what happens is on the other side, okay, so you can see the whole thing there. These are for your inputs, the IR sensors and the touch sensor. And then the other side, those are for your motors, okay? So those are for the motors that you're going to have there, okay? The rest of it you need to be familiar with is so it's just your inputs and outputs, really, and then your 9 buttons. And the buttons there are to help you. You can, very exciting, and we will do a session on it where you do some manual programming on the board. But there's control for sound. Yes, there's a speaker. I haven't showed you the speakers yet, but we are going to put the speaker in. So you have for the sound, and then you have buttons for moving forward and backward, etc. So those are what those buttons are for there. But we'll go through that in detail. You'll learn what the buttons are for, and we can look at doing some manual